Lately, we have been hearing a lot about the company called Firefield. And in this review, we are going to review one of their sights. It's the Impulse 22mm red dot sight. Stay tuned. I didn't hear of the brand name Firefield until just recently. They've actually been around since 2009 and are located in the United States, Texas to be more precise. Their mission is to produce best value accessories for sport shooting. You can think of front grips, rails, weapon lights, and as well sights and scopes. This Impulse red dot sight would set you back around 50 till 60 euros or dollars, so they have kept their end of the promise and producing affordable accessories. I might be a little bit biased in this review because I am more of the Gucci gear, but I try to be objective as possible when reviewing this red dot sight from Firefield. So let's start off with the exterior. The exterior of this sight, it looks very promising. It has a nice weight. The finishing is really nice. It feels sturdy, really rugged. So it's a good starting point. You have these flip-up caps. Nothing here out of the ordinary. They just seem to work as they should. The sight itself, it's mounted with this screw. Then you have the options to adjust your elevation and your windage. These are hidden behind or underneath these protection caps. The thing I do miss is that other brands have a built-in screwdriver, and with this you actually have to bring a screwdriver to the field when you're mid-game and want to adjust either the windage or the elevation. So could have been a bit better, but it's not a breaking point. And then on the other side you have the means to turn on your red dot and as well change the brightness. It comes actually in two different colors. You have the red reticle and you have the green reticle, and there are 5 brightness settings for each of the 2 colors. About the reticle itself, on the normal daylight, the reticle looks really sharp, really crisp, whatever kind of word you want to attach to that. It just looks good. However, I as well just checked this with a more brighter daylight and as well in darkness. Let's start with the latter one. The dot can be lowered quite a lot, but up until dusk, the reticle is just looking good. If you are, however, going towards midnight, towards pitch black, the reticle becomes too bright. You see this blooming. A lot of light is filling the sight, basically blocking the things you want to look at because it just completely over brightens the surroundings, making the sight completely useless in those scenarios. On the more brighter areas as well, the brightness cannot be set high enough. In a lot of normal circumstances on a bright and sunny day, it just works perfectly. However, if you are looking at really bright white areas, the sunlight might light the reticle, so you can't see it anymore, and again making it useless. Do bear in mind that this sight has been designed for sport shooting and not for any tactical kind of work. So in a very broad spectrum when it comes to situations, it just works perfectly. It's just those very bright and very dark settings where the reticle can't be used. Another very important aspect is glass clarity. On high-end sights, this is never a problem. It's a problem occurring on more budget sites. Sites like this, they use a coating on the front lens, and what it actually does is project the image of the reticle on that same lens, and with the coating it bounces back, making you able to see the reticle. When this coating is too thick or too heavy, it's as well blocking the light coming through the side, so the image gets darker on the normal bright daylight circumstances. This will not be an issue. It's more when you are going towards dusk and as well darker surroundings, making the image less clear. So about this, the glass clarity is actually very, very good. I'm not able to see any difference between a site like Vortex and this one, so they have done a very good job on picking the coating to be applied on the front lens. And then the final item I want to look at is Parallax. I already explained the basics of Parallax in a different video on the Holy Warrior Gear holo site, but just the basics. Parallax is the a relative movement of items towards each other. So when there is a lot of parallax in a site, what it means is if you are on target, the reticle is on target, but you move your eye, the reticle is moving along with your eye. Basically, you lose your aim on the target. Now with Firefield, they claim to have this site completely parallax corrected. So I put that to the test. I was actually amazed to see this little parallax on a site that falls within this price range. Normally parallax is very heavy, but with this one it's really, really little. There is a catch, however. Even though the parallax itself is basically non-existing, there is actually an issue with the glasswork. There seems to be some kind of deforming, making the reticle as well be deformed. And though there is no parallax, this glasswork issue makes the reticle shift too much to the right, making you lose your aim at the target. So it's a shame because it had a lot of potential, but for me this is a deal breaker, and I hope this is just an incident. So there's a lot of talk by me on parallax, but is it actually that very important when it comes to airsoft? Yes, it is. In the previous video you already saw a lot of shifting in the reticle, and this target was only 7-8 meters away. So say you have spent a lot of time and effort in upgrading your airsoft replica, having a range of 50, even 60 meters, but a pinpoint accuracy at 30 till 40 meters. If you put a red dot sight on that with a lot of parallax, and you look through the sight with a bit of a funny angle, you still miss the target. So all that time and effort has completely gone to waste, because you just feel like you're aiming on the person, but your weapon is just pointing somewhere else. So that's a shame. So hence, yes, having a parallax-free optic is very important for airsoft as well. So to conclude, the Firefield Impulse 22mm compact red dot sight does a hell of a job, especially considering that it only set you back around 50 till 60 euro/dollar. I feel like it's outperforming many of the Chinese kind of clones and replica sites around the same amount of money. So Firefield has done a pretty amazing job producing this one. There are, however, two very important deal breakers for me. First of all is the parallax. On first looks, the parallax was non-existing. It's only the deforming of the glasswork that made the reticle shift too far to the right, making me lose the target acquisition. So yeah, it's a shame because it looked very promising, but that is a deal breaker for me. And then secondly, the brightness. It's not bright enough in those very, very bright sunny days, and it's just too bright when it comes to nighttime or darker surroundings like indoors. Yeah, so I feel like I want to have a sight that is performing optimally in the complete set of different types of light circumstances. So again, this is a deal breaker for me, besides the parallax. Am I being too harsh on a site that falls within this type of price range? I might. It depends on the things you're looking for in a site. If you just want to have a site that does quite a nice job, but doesn't set you back a lot of money, just go for this site. However, if you are looking for a site that is parallax free, performs well in all sorts of different lighting conditions, I'd say put your money where it still is. Save it up till about 150, perhaps 200 euros slash dollars, and go look in that area, because this site just won't cut it. Might there be anything you want to know about this Firefield Impulse site, or there's anything I've missed out in this review? Just put your question or your remark in the comment section below. Obviously, do not forget to subscribe and like this video. And furthermore, I would like to thank you for watching this video. We are one legion and we lead by example. I should start reminding me not to record anymore on a very hot, sunny day in the attic of my house, because it's like a sauna in here. It's all sweaty, so terribly sorry for my sweaty appearance. I hope you did enjoy the video. Till next time.